Hi everybody, not Sporbad here. We all like gold, don't we? Lots and lots of gold. I know I like lots of gold, that's for sure. So that's what today's video is about here. We have ourselves a gold farm, and we got a little board here, tells us what's going on. So once we start up our factory here, our board will tell us what we have. We have gold per hour, which probably isn't going to register zero because it doesn't produce that much, but whatever. It's a good factory. We have gravel per hour produced, sand per hour produced, cobble per hour produced, clay balls an hour produced, and then how much SU our entire factory is using. So we're using quite a bit of SU. You gotta have a pretty good boiler. I've got a level 4 boiler down there, and we're using 56,656 SUs. And there's probably some other stuff running off this boiler, not just this whole entire farm. So we might have a couple thousand SUs used for the gunpowder farm, which is right beside it there. Yes. Okay, so I'll explain it from up top here first, and then we'll go and have a look. So we have cobble generator, and basically what happens is our cobble is eventually going to get turned into red sand way over there eventually, and then it gets processed or washed, sorry. The red sand gets washed right there, and then it gets turned into gold nuggets, and there's where we get our gold from. And we get dead bushes as a result. So we have dead bushes we could use for fuel or something in a smelter or whichever as a byproduct. But the entire process to get there is very big. And we have, okay, so it starts with a cobble generator here. And this is quite the cobble gen. I got this cobble generator from Larry King. I'll make sure and throw a link in the video to, or in the description, sorry, to the video I watched to find this cobble generator because I needed a heavy cobble gen. The one I had was just not cutting it. So this thing produces a massive amount of cobblestone per hour, and we have down there, it comes into a vault. So we have a big vault here, 5 chutes into the vault from the cobble gen at once, and then we have it coming out, and we have two sets of grinding wheels. So you can see a tunnel right there with some display links, which will tell us our cobble per hour, but only one side. That's why it says ×2 on the board there. You can see the X2. And then on the opposite side of the vault, we have the same thing here. We have another funnel coming out, so one side of the vault feeds this grinding wheel, and one side of the vault feeds that grinding wheel. Then it comes out and gets ground into gravel. Gravel comes up these belts right here, as you can see down the center into those chutes. And I might as well go over here now that I'm explaining it. And the gravel comes into here. So then we're going to have gravel in this vault. Then the gravel comes out of this vault, goes into these tunnels, and gets processed by 3 sets of grinding wheels again. Now I could have done this all in one order on one belt line, but I thought, nah, because if I want gravel, I come over here and flip this switch, and my gravel is going to stay in here. If I want sand, I got sand over there. If I want other stuff, yeah, clay balls, I got it over there, right? Terracotta is the only one I can't hold yet. Well, I guess I can hold terracotta. I can hold everything but red sand. Uh, and clay balls. Clay balls I can't hold. So that's the only thing. So anyways, gravel comes in here, goes out here, gets ground up into sand and cobblestone or sand and clay balls and flint. Now the flint just gets thrown in a cauldron of lava. Same over there. There's a cauldron of lava and some weighted ejectors. We got tunnels splitting our products, and it's just the clay and the sand come out the one side. The flint gets thrown in the garbage. And then we have 1, 2, 3 outputs here, and they all get thrown into this chute, into this baby small little vault down here. And if we want to keep our sand and clay balls, we could just turn this off, and that shuts off the ejectors. And then once it gets in this vault, it gets thrown actually back into this vault, right down here beside our last, oh, beside our gravel crushers here, it gets thrown into this vault. And then when it comes out of this vault, it goes 2 places. One side we have a washing station on a depot here, just by itself, and then a weighted ejector that goes into that vault. And the second one is clay comes out of here, or sand, sorry, sand and clay balls. Nothing happens to the clay balls, they just come out. Goes down this belt, there's a waterlogged leaves and a fan back there that's cranked right up, and it goes down here and this gets washed. And then comes into clay balls into here, and we can store them. We can store anything in a vault, so we can stop the process anywhere and store anything whenever we want. So the clay balls come out into this tunnel, just one belt this time, and then it gets split into two presses, two weighted ejectors, which throws them just over the top onto the depot here into some, right in front of some lava with some fans. Gets cooked into terracotta with two weighted ejectors down there and some filters. Gets thrown into these two chutes. Now I did it. So each side has its own. I was having troubles with having a community vault here. I didn't like that. There was a 2x2x2 vault here, but now it's separate. This chute is this vault. This chute is this vault now. Before it was together and everything came into one chute, and I didn't like that, the way it was coming out the bottom here. It seemed this side and this belt took priority for some reason. I don't know why it did, but it did. Yes. Okay. So then the terracotta gets thrown in here, comes out the bottom, gets ground up by some mills, turned into red sand. Oh. And then red sand comes out of these onto these weighted ejectors, gets thrown over here. And each one is matching, so that one for here and this one for the other one. And then two more depots and some weighted water-logged leaves again, and two more fans. And our stuff gets washed, and our end result is oh, this is a deny list for red sand. I guess I don't have it set up that way. So what we have at the end result is gold nuggets and dead bushes. Now I've been running this thing for quite a bit, testing it, making all that good stuff, making for sure that it works. And there is our end results. So I have 2,662 dead bushes. We should have 0 gold. Yeah, we have no gold here whatsoever. I emptied the vault so that you guys can see what our output is here in a few minutes. And then, yeah. And we just have a little press here, pressing the gold nuggets into ingots. Gets thrown into this vault, and then comes out again, and then gets pressed into gold blocks. And that's what happens. And then there we have it. We have gold blocks at the very end. So we'll take those 8 out, and we'll make sure we're right empty. Yeah, so we have some sensors on here. Shows us the gold ingots per hour, but I don't know if it's going to actually register because it doesn't come out fast enough, I don't think. Oh, and the cobble gen, sorry. Our cobble generator here is just a tank of lava in there, a little small tank, and a whole bunch of pumps, lava pump or fluid pumps pointing straight up. That's all it is. And then we have a sticky mechanical piston going back and forth here, 1 block. And it's tied to all that stuff inside there you saw. So it's tied to everything that this is connected to. So this whole layer here will move back and forth, back and forth. And when it does that, cobblestone gets generated because this starts moving, so it can generate cobble, and then when it stops, it breaks the cobble, and it moves back the other way, it generates more and stops, and then breaks the cobble. So it's a super heavy cobblestone farm. I hope that's the explanation. Works good for you guys, how it works, but that's how it works. Okay, we'll come into our little control room here. And we have all our controls here. We have an override switch. We could shut the cobble gen off if we wanted. Normally, there's a threshold switch with a remote link that shuts the cobblestone generator off every time it hits such percentage. That's the only shut off I have, is when that fills up, the cobble shuts off. Other than that, the whole entire farm is just going to run. I have no more threshold switches. I could, but meh. Okay, so what we have is our entire system here. That's That switch I just shut off turned off that water wheel down there. There's a water wheel that runs the water pump and the lava pump for the boiler. And as you can see, the boiler shut off. As soon as you shut the water off, the boiler stops. Then we have, this is our output on the main vault. So if we want to keep our cobblestone, we could just lock it. This one runs the part of the center. Has to do with, I think, the gravel. This one runs the washing, the water washing of the sand into clay balls down the middle. And this last one here turns off the presses and the whole last side. So, but we're going to leave all of this on. And you guys saw how many SUs it took to run this place, except for the cobblegen. The cobblegen wasn't running at that time. And just to show you, this boiler will start on its own. You can see the cobblegen started up already, and the boiler started up already. Like, it doesn't take long, 5 seconds. You can come over here and you can shut the boiler off while things are running, and it stops. Everything stops. But think, oh God, now I overstressed my system. It's not going to start. Turn it back on. Fires right up. So it can handle it. So we're actually using... Oh, okay, it was registering. I guess the rotating parts on there were working. Okay, so we'll have to give it a couple minutes here to balance out our item count per hour. But let's go have a look at what's going on here. You can see our cobble generator working away really nicely here. That's just generating cobble and into this vault. Then it comes out of this vault, gets split up and ground into gravel. You saw the whole process. So we're sitting right now, there's our number, our cobble generator, or our gravel, sorry. This is our processing speed. So we're processing 66,782 pieces of cobblestone per hour per side. So one side is processing this much. There we go, now it balanced out. This is where it sits the whole time. So this is what 2 grinding wheels can process for gravel max. 66,782 per hour. And we have already 1,600 cobblestone accumulated in our vault and massively going up. And then we have a threshold switch, as you saw, 75%, and once it gets down to 5, it will start again. And 75%, it will shut the cobblestone generator off. All right, so that's what that does. And as you can see, it's going to get a little laggy once I'm in here, but you can see our gravel coming up here, getting thrown into here. Gravel comes out and gets ground into sand and clay and all that fun stuff and thrown into that vault way over there. And then that vault throws it right here over our head into this vault under our feet. And then here's our sand coming out, getting washed, as well as this piece here. Washing here as well on this depot. This one takes a bit. It's a full stack. Or it's half stack, sorry. I got it set for 32. And then it's going to wash our sand, and it should be any second now. There's the clay. There we go. And it automatically restocks it. You barely see stuff transfer. But then it comes down into here, and this will be clay balls. Same with this side. Everything gets washed 1 or 2 blocks before the end, just to make sure. I could speed it up just a little, but I'm not going to. I don't think any items are backing up. Oh, we got to... Yeah, the sand backs up a little bit. Not very much. Our gravel is no longer backing up. Our gravel used to back up real bad. Not anymore. Okay, so then the sand comes out, gets pressed right here into some clay balls. Blocks, sorry. Thrown onto these depots. and cooked. Thrown up here. As terracotta into these. Pardon me. Sorry. 2 separate vaults and 2 grinders per each vault. Now let's see if our sand is working better now that I did some changes here. That's better. Oh, I was supposed to put a sensor on here. Oops. Well, then we don't need this tunnel here. It's just there. Then it gets thrown over there and thrown onto those depots and washed. And lastly, dead bushes is accumulated here, which I didn't empty, I'm sorry. But I'm sure you guys aren't here for the dead bushes. And here's our gold blocks. And we've made 1 gold block so far. And looks like we're processing, according to this, that can't be right, but 1,152 gold per hour? That seems too much. It comes out too slow, I think, in order to register properly for the display link. There we go, see? 400,000, 500,000 only. Or 561 gold per hour. But it doesn't come out fast enough in order to register. A guy should do gold nuggets, would be smarter. Make a small belt here, put a tunnel, move all this over 1 block or 2 blocks so that it measures how many gold ingots. Then we have more gold ingots, or gold nuggets, sorry, per hour. And then it would be more accurate than this, because this is, no, it's not working. And there, that's our factory. My next one's the gunpowder farm, which is right here, just this small little thing. So this is our farm. As you can see, our CobbleGen is generating massive amounts of cobblestone. Oh yeah, awesome. Make sure you guys go over and check out his channel, eh? Throw him a like, throw him a subscribe or something, just to show him that you guys saw his CobbleGen on my vid here. And yeah, we've already got 9,000 bonus cobblestone, so we could actually process more if we really wanted. But then I'd have to process the whole system bigger as well, right? I already did that twice now. I added an extra set of grinding wheels for gravel, and I added an extra washing station, just so that everything keeps up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. That's 4 of them. We'll go over here. Okay, well, let's look at our outputs now, finally. We'll go over here and get away from those things. Oh! You dive bombing me, eh? And you came back for more. So we're processing, looks like 160,000 gravel an hour, roughly. It will change. Yeah, maybe not quite that much. 150. And then sand per hour is 1 side only out of 3, eh? Because I have it only on 1 tunnel there, and we actually have three tunnels processing sand. Ow! Wow! Wow! Yeah, come down here and say that. And then cobble per hour, of course, same thing. It sits right at 66,782 per hour. That's each side. So it's like 135,000, roughly 134,000 cobblestone per hour between the 2 sides. And then our clay balls an hour, that's everything. That's total accumulation. So we're processing like 38,000. Oh my God, you guys. Come here. Can't wait for the sun to come out. There, that should take care of you guys. That's right. You like being on fire? Are they gone? Okay, they're gone. Oh, no. Still flying around, still dying. Come on. Take you guys a long time to burn up in the sun. There we go. So that's our factory. And yeah, and you can see it. Our gold per hour doesn't register. Doesn't come through fast enough to register. So any of that whole point, that is all pointless. You can't go by those numbers. So there's our video and our factory. We could really clean this up into a lot smaller, tighter area than this. But I mean, look how much room we have. Why not use it? So there's my gold farm. Any questions? Don't be scared to ask. Throw me some comments, whatever. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a great day.